Hey community, we're back, and I'm Brandy B, the Community NP.
And I'm Brandy G, the Community NP. Yes, we are B&B The Community NPs.
But yeah, so it's been a while,
Yes.
but we're back, and today we're gonna talk about herpes simplex virus.
Yes, genital herpes.
Yeah, genital
herpes. Okay, so B, do you want me to tell them or do you want to tell them?
The definition?
Yeah.
You can tell them.
All right, so genital herpes. So genital herpes is a sexually transmitted disease. It's caused by herpes simplex virus. So there's two types. There's type 1 and type 2.
Yes.
Usually the type 2 is the one that causes the genital herpes. And type 1 can cause like cold sores, oral lesions on your lips, on your mouth. But the most significant thing is 1 in 5 adults
In the United States.
usually test positive for herpes simplex virus.
That's a lot. So
That's
one
a lot. So,
in every 5.
So just think about 5 of your friends.
In a
One of
circle.
y'all may have herpes
Most
simplex
likely,
virus.
yeah.
And it's a common diagnosis. So when I do my STI testing on my patients, a lot of people come back with both 1 and 2.
Yeah. And they don't know, and
Yeah.
they want to know when they got it, and you can't
Tell them, and they get upset.
Yes.
So I'll be like, sometimes I don't want to test for it because I know it's going to be an issue.
It could, yeah.
It could be an issue.
Because it's hard to explain. Well, you got it. I know you don't have any symptoms.
Could have had it years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever had a breakout? And they'd be like, no.
Right.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So some of the initial breakout symptoms.
Okay.
Usually,
So what is initial?
it's like the first breakout.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually the first breakout is the most severe, and it can occur like you get exposed today. You may not see symptoms for like 2-3 weeks or something, if you have symptoms at all.
Because some people don't have symptoms.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then usually it's more severe in women, and the locations for women is a little bit different than of course, I guess since we got different parts.
The anatomy is different.
It's different for men, but for women the most frequent sites are the vagina, the buttocks, anus, and the thighs, and then for men it's the scrotum, anus, buttocks, and thighs.
Okay.
And what's it look like?
So it looks like little clusters of blisters. Blisters, like clusters of blisters, little small fine blisters.
Yeah, like so if like you burnt yourself like multiple
little
times,
small, like,
and then
little small blisters.
Usually it's like little pus, clear fluid.
Yes.
On the inside,
and sometimes the blisters can break and it may ulcerate.
Yeah,
it may form an ulcer.
and that's when it's painful.
Yes. So because a lot of females I've had say it's painful when they urinate, when they have when the blister pops.
Yeah.
And it ulcerates. So yes. Okay.
And then so new blisters can appear for up to like 7 days after your initial infection. So you may see a cluster of blisters, and then more form, and then it goes away.
And some of the other symptoms can be lymph node swelling. And I had a couple of patients who had growing lymph nodes that were enlarged.
Where's your growing?
Well, I'm not about to show y'all where my groin is. Well, I'm not about to show y'all where my groin is, but down here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I have lymph
like
nodes
in between your thighs.
Yeah. So she wanted to make sure some people don't have flu-like symptoms, joint pain, fever, headaches, and like we said, painful with urination can also occur.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so a small percentage of people, they may develop like headache, nausea, vomiting, difficulty urinating, and that occurs if like the infection gets into the nervous system.
So what we gotta realize is it's a virus.
Right.
So it's a virus. So viruses can affect different
Multiple,
organs in your body. So that's why you can have all these different symptoms, because it's truly a virus.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Well, I may be jumping ahead, but can viruses be cured?
Well, there is no cure for herpes, but there is treatment.
Okay. And we'll get to the treatment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the treatment. Okay. Let's see. So people may have pain when they defecate, and it's called what? Proctitis.
Yeah.
Okay, that's inflammation of the rectum or the anus,
yeah.
and you usually see this with men who have sex with men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I thought was interesting because women have anal sex too, and so I wonder like what.
Probably can see this.
Yeah. But it does say that it's more common. The proctitis is more common in men that have sex with men.
Okay, so some of the other symptoms, there's different stages. So that's the latent stage. So this occurs after the initial breakout.
Right.
So latent later.
Yeah.
After initial breakout.
Good.
I'm just trying to break it down.
Hey.
All right. So what happens is the virus travels to a bundle of nerves at the base of the spine, and where it remains inactive for a period of time. So when people say that I have no symptoms, or I never had a breakout, it may be in the latent stage.
Yeah, it's just
it's
there, but it's not.
It's dormant, okay?
Right. It's not causing no problems.
So there's no symptoms during this stage. So then there's the recurrent stage, when you have recurring episodes. So what happens when you have a recurring episode?
So then that's when the virus leaves like its latent stage, and then it causes an outbreak. So you may develop another cluster of blisters. Sometimes it occurs in the same spot. Sometimes it occurs in a different spot. And it
we said doing too much. Go ahead.
But so yeah, it can occur even in a place that had no contact with, the initial breakout.
Yes.
So
what can trigger it?
Infections, like if you get sick.
Okay. Stress,
sunlight.
What else?
Women who have it can be triggered. I still have COVID brain.
I know.
And
We're gonna talk about that, y'all.
And I can't think straight.
So,
but
what
menstrual cycles can trigger it.
Yeah. So I've seen that a couple of times. When they go on their menstrual cycle, they get a breakout.
Yeah.
So that can occur also. So if you go on your menstrual cycle and you get a breakout, you see some blisters, come see us, okay?
Yes.
Come see us. We'll tell you about that later too. All right. So how do we diagnose herpes simplex virus? How do you diagnose? Tell me what you do.
I usually do it in blood work.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Because that's probably one of the because a lot of times when someone comes to see you, they don't know that they have it, and they may not have a blister. So blood work will probably be one of the easiest ways to do it. Okay, so you also can do a culture. So if you do have an active lesion, you can do a culture on that lesion.
Yes.
And that's why they have some type of PCR test.
Yeah.
You can also do to diagnose it.
Yeah, I think the blood test probably is the most common.
Yeah.
Because I read that only 50% of the cultures come back positive, but they still may have the infection.
So we're gonna stick with the blood test.
Yeah.
Okay. So transmission. How does it transmit?
Oral, anal, or vaginal sex.
So you can get herpes simplex virus from having oral sex?
Yes.
All right.
And you can get herpes simplex 1 or 2 from having oral sex. But usually you get one, but it can be in your genital region. So now, because people are having oral sex and doing all sorts of fun sexual things, no judgment,
No.
the viruses can be in either place.
Okay. So when does a virus spread? So you told me about the latent stage. We talked about that. I don't have any symptoms. Should I still wear protection?
Yes, because you can still spread the virus even if you're not having an outbreak.
But I don't see no bumps. I don't have any symptoms at all.
But
I'm good right now.
You're good, but it's still in your body.
Okay, so I can still.
It's less likely that you're able to spread it when you're not having an outbreak, but you can still spread it.
So that's very important.
Wear a condom.
Yes. Okay, it also says it can spread from mother to child during delivery. C-section is the safest way when you have
an outbreak.
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous to the kids, so
Okay.
to the baby, the newborn baby. So you definitely, if they say take medicines when you're pregnant, I don't know exactly how far in advance you have to start taking medicine, but they don't.
Actual OBGYN that question.
But they don't want the baby being delivered vaginally, especially if you have a current outbreak.
Okay. So some of the treatments, antiviral medications, like acyclovir, valcyclovir, Valtrex. Perhaps saw the commercial. Right? You said that commercial. Valtrex. Yeah. Initial treatment. So some people get treated initially when they have a breakout, but then some people you can treat episodic. You only take the medicine when you have a breakout.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a couple of patients like that they'll call me, say, hey, I have a breakout. I'll go ahead and send them
the medicine.
Yeah. And then I have a couple of them. I think I have two that's like recurrent. Like they take it so often.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think if you get more than 6 outbreaks in a year, then they recommend suppressive therapy, and that's when you take the medicine every day.
Yep.
And so also people that do that they may be immunocompromised. Like if they have HIV or something, then you take the medicine every day.
Yep, that's what I was looking for, the word.
Suppressive
therapy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And then of course, because it can be, it's something that you have to live with forever. So sometimes, counseling or a support group is helpful.
Yes. Let's see. Anything else about herpes that you could think of?
I don't know. Most important is prevention, of course.
Yes.
Everything is prevention.
How do you prevent it?
Wearing a condom.
But what if I put on a condom and my blister is not on the penis, or maybe it's up here somewhere in the groin area, and my groin area rub their groin area?
Well, if your groin area is rubbed so that the other person doesn't have like a open lesion or somewhere for the virus to enter into the bloodstream, then most likely you won't get it, but you can.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
If you have an outbreak, then just abstain from having sex.
Okay. I'm just asking that question. That's a question that they're gonna ask us.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
So and then
abstinence. You actually say don't stop saying for sex. Don't have sex at all.
No sex in the champagne room. If you have an outbreak on your lips,
Can I drink your cold drink?
You shouldn't.
Okay.
You can't have my cold drink or my hot drink.
Look at you, Brandon.
But yeah, so don't share utensils, eating utensils, and kissing.
Yes.
Oral sex, because it can spread like that.
Okay. That's a good little topic, herpes simplex virus.
Yeah,
okay.
It's very common. 1 in 5 people. That is just crazy.
Damn. So it's 2 of us in the room, but we have 3 more people in the room.
One of us would have herpes,
Yes.
most likely.
Most likely. Okay. All right. So B, we're gonna talk about our disclaimer.
Yeah.
Right. So this information is for educational purposes only. It's not to take the place of your primary care provider. Period. Okay. So we want you to see your primary care provider at least once a year.
Yes.
Okay.
And you should get screened for STIs, STDs for at least once a year.
Especially if you're sexually active.
Yes.
You want to get screened.
Yeah.
So B, where can you find us?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, B&B The Community NPs.
Okay.
We also have a website now, thecommunitynps.org.
Yes, come check us out.
Yes.
Check us out. Check us out.
And we have,
we got big things coming for you guys.
We do.
So
And we are so excited.
Yes, we got big things coming for y'all.
We're so excited.
And we're gonna do an interview with her about her COVID brain, okay, y'all?
Yes.
Yes.
Soon.
All right. So
Before I forget everything.
I know. I'm like ASAP. So why do we do this, B?
We do this for the people. We do this because
community is our beauty. Y'all have a good day.
Bye.